Hi everyone. In this video we are going to take up quick revision of chapter 5, that is arithmetic progressions. Children, you know that this chapter revolves around just two formulae, and that is ANth term formula and SNth formula. This is to find out nth term in the given progression, and this is your sum of n terms. So you know the formula now. A plus n minus 1 into d is the formula to find out nth term, and to find the sum of nth term we have the formula n by 2 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Let's recall the things. That what is A? A is your first term in the given sequence. Your n is number of terms in the sequence, or I can say progression. Your d is common difference. Now let's see how we can find out these values. That means if I am given with some progression, let's suppose I am given with 4, 6, 8, 10 and so on. In class 10th you only have arithmetic progression and not the other progressions, that means the geometric or harmonic progressions. So you need to check the things for arithmetic progression only, whether the given progression is a arithmetic progression or not. For that you need to find out A2 minus A1, which is known as D. A2 is the successive term, A1 is your preceding term. So we always find out common difference by writing successive term minus preceding term. So here my A2 is given to me 6, A1 is given to me as 4. So this is D. Now if I take any two consecutive terms, let's suppose I take these two terms. So if I find the difference of these two, successive term minus preceding term, then I should be getting 2. If I am getting common difference every time 2, that means the progression given to me is a arithmetic progression. So this is basically the thing how we can find out whether the given progression is arithmetic progression or not. So whenever you are finding out a given arithmetic progression is arithmetic progression or not, then you have to always apply this formula. Alright, so just now I told you that this chapter revolves around just two formulae. One is your anth term, which is nth term, that means the last term. This anth is also known as the last term of the given progression, and here it is sum of n terms. So in this I have three variables, n, a and d. Out of these three, if you know two variables, then you can always find out the third one. Yes, this snth term is again unknown to you. If let's suppose Sn is unknown to you, that means I am given with 1, 2, 3, 4 unknown things. Then if I know three things, then I can find out the fourth one. Now children, sometimes in the question only this formula is applicable and sometimes only this formula is applicable. So when you are going to apply this formula or this formula is applied only when you are given with or you are asked the last term of the progression. This formula is applied when you are asked the sum of the given progression. So if the sum is asked, or if you want to find out if the sum is given, or if you want to find out sum, then you will be applying this formula. But children, there are certain questions in which you need to apply both the formulae together. So what you have to do then, let's suppose first of all in the question it has been asked find out A. So I will be applying my this formula, and let's suppose a nth term is not given to me. So what I will be writing? I will writing all the given terms, all the other given terms to me, and then I will be keeping this formula as it is, because if out of these 4 unknown values, if I am known with 2, then I can frame an equation out of this, and then again with the use of this I can frame out another equation, and then we can solve two equations. Let's take an example. Let's suppose we are given with last term common difference, sum of n terms, and we need to find here n and a. So you can see you have to always start with the things, with the formulae which are given to you. Here I am given with a nth term, so I will be writing an equal to a plus n minus 1d formula into d formula, and then I will be substituting the values. So for a is to be calculated, so I will be writing a. N I don't know, I want to find out, so it is n minus 1 into d. So here on solution I will be getting it as 4 equal to a plus 2n minus 2, or 2 can be taken that side, so 6 equal to a plus 2n. Now two things are unknown in this, so I will be leaving it here only. Then I am given with sum of n terms, so I will be applying my formula. Now here one thing is to be noted, that whenever the first term and the last term is known to you, you can always apply a formula which is to be used in special cases, that is Sn equal to n by 2 a plus l, or this can also be written as a nth term. Alright, so I told you in the beginning that this chapter revolves about just two formulae. So these are the two formulae, but this one is to be used, to be applied in special cases when the first and the last term is known to you. Okay, this formula is applicable everywhere. So let's suppose I am using this. So it is given to me Sn equal to, I will be writing the formula 2a plus n minus 1 into d, and then I will be putting all the values. So this will be minus 14, n I don't know, so as it is, 2a I don't know, so as it is, again n is unknown, and this is 2. So I will be multiplying this. First of all I am multiplying this 2, so this is minus 28 equal to n, 2a plus 2n minus 2. Alright, so now what are you getting here? Minus 28 equal to 2a, just multiply this inside, plus 2n square minus 2n. So this is the equation I am getting over here. What you can do, you can find out the value of a or n from here. I can write a equal to 6 minus 2n, and I can substitute the value of a there. Wherever a is existing, you write down the value and simplify it. After simplification, you will be getting a quadratic equation by which you can find out the value of n. So after finding out the value of n by middle term splitting method or by quadratic formula, you will be putting the value of n over here to get the value of a. So this is how we can calculate the things when both the formulas are to be used simultaneously. Children, in this chapter you will be given with questions like what are the multiples, how many multiples of 3, or how many digits, how many numbers are there, you can say, which are divisible by 3 or multiple of 3. So first you need to frame the progression yourself. If I say the progression, if it is divisible or multiple of 3, then I will be framing the progression first, and then I will be calculating my a1. This is a1, a2. I can calculate d. If sum of 10 or 40 terms are to be done, are to be calculated, then I will be applying this formula. Children, one more question you can get in your paper. Let's suppose this is the given progression to you, and in the question they ask whether 0 exists in the progression or not. Then what you have to do, if 0 exists somewhere, then you will be ending up this given progression at 0, and then you will be taking your anth term as 0. Let's suppose in the question it has been asked that find out the first negative term. So this is 0, that means the last term, which is neither negative nor positive, but after 0 only the negative term starts. So whenever you are going to find out the first negative term, then also you need to take your last term as 0. So only these types of questions are coming in your boards. So just try these two formula, just try to remember these two formulae for complete chapter. One more thing, children, whenever you want to find out or you want to write down a99 or anything, any term in expanded form, then you always remember that you can expand it like a plus 98d, and this is come just because of this formula. What I have written, a plus 98d, this is the value of n, And here every time you are writing n minus 1, that means whatever is n, you just take 1 less than this with d. So a plus 98d. If you want to find out a 73, then that means the 73rd term, then you will always writing it as a plus 72d and so on. So just by remembering these two formulae, you can do this chapter successfully.